sometime last week, there were discussions around the constitution making process with allegations that the President Hakainde Hichilema, wishes to amend the constitution in terms of amending 50% plus one clause and do away with it, amend the law or article to do with running mate and do away with it, and also repeal or amend the constitution to do with presidential term from 5 years to a probable 7 years. Arising from that statement, coming from the advantages of our colleagues in the opposition, I did address a presser from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and I just landed a few hours ago. I just landed a few hours ago. After addressing that briefing, which I think some of you saw, wherein I explained that those allegations were baseless, they were malicious, they were vexatious, they were fallacious. They were meant to position governments to be ridiculed for nothing. We explained that the people who had wanted constitutional amendments were members of parliament, primarily for two things. Number one, they wanted to go back to the council so that they participate in decision making of the council. And number two, in the wake of the ever expanding CDF, they needed to be part of the CDF committee as by operation of law, not now where they just sit as a practice. And number three, that the members of parliament were desirous of having certain constituencies that were so vast in spans that they be delimited so that they are easy to superintend or supervise. I wish to add here today to that discussion of Monday 20th that in fact the rationale of these members of parliament coming together to agree before government can bring to the attention of the nation the requirements, possible requirement of constitutional amendment, was because of the lessons that were learned through Bill 10. Bill 10 started on a note of consultation amongst members of parliament on their own when the idea was mooted. And along the way, the ruling party threw away the members of the opposition, which made the members of the opposition circumstantially apprehensive and anxious as to what they wanted to go and put in the constitution. That is what brought Bill 10 down to its knees, because members of parliament of the opposition were skeptical as to why the government was not being transparent to them as members of parliament, given that they hold the finality in terms of legislation, let alone constitution making. So this time round, they themselves proposed these discussions among themselves, after which the matter will be referred to cabinet, and cabinet will thereafter notify the nation, and all processes should it satisfy itself of the need to amend the constitution, given national priorities that lie square to do with economic transformation, Now, after that discourse on Monday, the same day, Mr. Emmanuel Mwamba addressed the nation at large, where he alleged that I was lying, that the opposition were the ones who were desirous of triggering constitutional amendments. He called me a liar. I also saw the Honorable Member of Parliament for Petauke, Honorable JJ Banda, who I think was on a TV platform, where again he said that what I was saying was not truthful and factual, and that he had given me 48 hours ultimatum to apologize.